Just what I want to be doing, sitting here talking about a Habs loss, especially against the Toronto Maple Leafs. And kind of a frustrating effort here again from the Habs. This is a big game, and I didn't see a lot of energy throughout this game. Nonetheless, and you know what? Wasn't our night, but it wasn't Price's night either. I hate to say it, and we'll get into it, but was not his night. The Toronto Maple Leafs beat the Montreal Canadiens 4-2, and that puts the Leafs record to 11-2-1 on the season. Good enough to be 5 points ahead of the Habs, who have a game in hand. And the Habs sitting at 8-3-2 now. We play again tomorrow against the Oilers, so quick turnaround here. That'll be a big one. But then after that, we got two more huge games against the Toronto Maple Leafs now. After dropping the first two of the season to these guys, if we want any chance to reach first in the division, we've basically put ourselves into must-win game territory here. These couple games coming up against the Leafs. Man, but yeah, kind of a slow start in the first period. Josh Anderson gets one quick for the Montreal Canadiens after a nice neutral zone play by Jonathan Drouin. Good stick handling. Gets it up to Josh Anderson, who had just previously put Jake Muzzin part ways into the Montreal Canadiens bench there. So good power forward move. Josh Anderson then uses his skating to, I think it was beat Tavares wide maybe. He gets the shot on net. Kind of a fluky, I think it might have bounced off something before beating Anderson, but nonetheless, it's 1-0 at that point. Then for the rest of the first period, the Montreal Canadiens kind of hold the Leafs to just a couple shots on net. Kind of a slow pace, though. Not a whole lot of energy from either team. I think both teams realized how important of a game this was and didn't want to take too many chances early. But good 5-on-5 play from the Habs, nonetheless, in that first period. Kind of getting a lot of shots on net. None too dangerous, but kind of controlling the first period. Then we go into the second period, and we get an early save from Carey Price. Good positionally there with the save on John Tavares after a quick play by the Toronto Maple Leafs, who are finishing off a power play that moved on into the second period. However, we then get some 4-on-4 play, and the Habs don't even touch the puck, other than the few different chances they had to transition out of the zone and completely failed and could not do so. And the Leafs just kept getting chance after chance until it was Travis Dermott who comes in and beats Price clean. Again, no screen. It was a great shot by Travis Dermott. Sniped it short side top cheese on Carey Price. Jake Muzzin and John Tavares with the assists. Then in the second period, we see Weber and John Tavares kind of mix it up behind the net. I think this was mostly accidental, if we're being real here. Just kind of a weird play. Tavares is diving for a puck. Weber's going for it with his stick. The stick rides high, but it's not a high stick. I mean, Tavares is laying on the ice. Weber then falls on John Tavares and just kind of rubs his face into the ice. It wasn't a greasy play. It just happened so fast. They show it in like the slowest mo possible to make you think that Weber has intention there. That's dumb. It definitely was not. Then to end, again, second period, not a whole lot of energy. It's kind of an even period. The Leafs, I'd say, outchanced the Habs in the second period, but there wasn't anything too crazy going on. Again, very important game. But it ends with a penalty to Joel Edmondson, and he got lucky here, man, because that's a dumb penalty to take. The Leafs are going to come up the ice here with less than a second left, and he gets the stick in the skates. And we're lucky there that they ended up calling an embellishment, which I think it was. I mean, come on now. He kind of flailed a little there, but nevertheless, stupid move by Edmondson to even put himself in that position. And we go into the third period, and it's 4-on-4, which doesn't do the Habs any favors once again. Justin Holl gets the goal, beats Price clean with a slap shot from just inside the blue line. And Price has to have this one, especially in a tight game early in the third period. That is just not a goal that a 10, I can't bear to say it, but he's got to have it. He's got to get dialed in to make that save. I'm not so sure this whole situation with him, giving up the crease is really helping him that much. He just doesn't seem as dialed in as he usually is. I hate to say it, and even Dermott. Like, I don't want to take away from Dermott's shot. It was an absolute snipe, but you got to think both of those he'd want back in a tight game like this against a division rival. Then we get a goal shortly after that, very quick. And this was kind of a broken play by the Toronto Maple Leafs here, but good on Zach Hyman to draw the defenders to him, skate in, good stop, gets the puck back into the slot. Kerfoot kind of gets his stick on it, and it gets over to Mikheyev, who finally scores for the Toronto Maple Leafs. He's had a lot of chances for them this season. I know Leafs fans have been really want to see him get up on the board. He finally does it. Now, that's Mikheyev and Dermott, both scoring goals who haven't for the Leafs in a very long time. Let me tell you, welcome to Montreal, where if you're on a goal drought, we will hook you up. Don't worry about that. Man, and then the Montreal Canadiens late in the third period with a push. Where was this energy the rest of the game? Man, it's really frustrating to see. They end up making it 3-2. Good 5-on-5 shift by the Habs there, though. Sherrod getting a few different shots on net. They end up banking one in, Thomas Tatar net front there. And good to see Thomas Tatar get on the board, because he honestly has not looked his self these last few games. He was our leading point scorer the last couple seasons, and he's just not that guy so far. The first line and the third line right now not seeming to be clicking for offense, unless we're playing the Vancouver Canucks. So that's something that has to definitely be worked on. At this point, I'm thinking the Montreal Canadiens should do some line juggling. I think you keep Suzuki, Drouin, and Anderson together, because they're the only line who seems to be able to produce consistently right now. But definitely some experimenting with this first and third line. I wouldn't mind seeing Toffoli jump up on the first line with maybe Danault and Gallagher, or maybe drop Gallagher back down with Kotkaniemi and Toffoli, just to get some offense going. I don't know, that's up to the coaches, but something has to be done here, because we can't be playing with this lack of energy, especially against a division rival, and not being able to produce offense, especially when we score early in the game to make it 1-0 in such an important game. The Leafs end up closing it out with an empty netter, thanks to some really terrible transition play by the Montreal Canadiens on the 6-on-5. Really just not a threat with the zone entries, dumping it in, and just the Leafs gather it up for a very easy empty net goal. And that's Hyman picking that one up, assisted by Matthews, who continues his point streak, and by Jake Muzzin. That's his second assist on the night. Now, some stats on the night. The Montreal Canadiens outshoot the Toronto Maple Leafs 35-24, and Anderson stands tall for them. He makes 33 out of 35 saves. Same can't quite be said for Carey Price, who lets in 3 goals on 23 shots. And one more quick thing about Carey Price here that I noticed tonight: his puck touches were awful, hurting the team much more than they helped. A lot of giveaways from Carey Price, leading to ozone time, and just kind of not very smooth transition play up the ice. Once he touched the puck, tried to play it along the boards or make a pass, it just wasn't not working for him tonight. The Montreal Canadiens go 47% in the faceoff dot, so another night struggling with the faceoffs. 0 for 2 on the power play, 2 for 2 on the penalty kill, so that's maybe one positive on the night. The Leafs have a deadly power play, and we were able to shut it down, even though they had just 2 chances. Now, it has to be said, the refs kind of put the whistles away tonight, thankfully. Now, there weren't any egregiously missed calls either, but nonetheless, 2 power play opportunities for both teams. I like to see that. I want to see what both these teams are made of, and unfortunately, in a 5-on-5 battle tonight, for the most part, the Leafs come out on top, which surprised me, and it's the Leafs' depth doing better than the Habs' depth tonight. So that was something that should be the Montreal Canadiens' strength in this season, and the Leafs kind of showing it. A big win for the Leafs here tonight. Kind of a statement game for them. You know, I'm just being objective. It is what it is. They looked really good. This season, they've looked really good. It's unfortunate that they lose Wayne Simmons, but they're playing good. 5-on-5, power play, penalty kill. Good. I'm impressed by their defensive play, quite honestly. And Justin Hall kind of came out of nowhere for them this season. I don't think there's many Leafs fans who would have expected him to come in here and look like a top 4 defender, maybe even top pair shutdown defender, the way he's been playing for them. And then to get up score a goal on the night too. Yeah, so definitely impressed by the Leafs' overall play. Definitely after tonight, they're the best team in the division, and the Habs have some work to do to get back up on that level. 19-19 hits, so it wasn't too much of a physical game. I think that's going to change. I think Saturday is definitely going to be a very, very tight game, and I'd like to see the Habs come out with much more energy like they did early in the season against the Leafs, and kind of took it to them for most of the game, especially physically, but also 5-on-5. We got to get back to that play. I really hope the Habs aren't buying into their own hype here and kind of thinking things are going to be easy for them, considering they're sitting atop the league in goal scoring. They're starting to fall back here. The power play is starting to come back to earth, and scoring goals on the penalty kill is not sustainable all season. They got to get back to using their speed. I did not see them exploiting the Toronto Maple Leafs defense at all tonight with their speed. You got to give the Leafs credit, though, with their ability to slow the Habs down through the neutral zone, but we got to figure that out. Each line that the Montreal Canadiens have has significant speed on it, and we weren't able to use it tonight against the Toronto Maple Leafs. So, yeah, just I don't know what else you say. I really don't. Now, a quick Canadian division update here. The Calgary Flames won the first Battle of Alberta there on the previous Saturday night, so that's a huge win for the Flames. Zach Kassian goes out for the Edmonton Oilers, so that might dampen that rivalry here moving forward. He's week to week right now. That's a big loss for the Edmonton Oilers, considering they're lacking depth significantly, and it's just kind of McDavid and Draisaitl carrying the offense for them for the most part. And then the Flames, after beating the Oilers, followed up with a win against the Jets. So the Flames heat heating up here. I expect them to be one of the better teams in this Canadian division. Looking forward to our matchups against them and the Jets coming forward. But we got some big ones here. Oilers tomorrow, then 2 huge games against the Leafs. A message needs to be sent by someone, whether it's coaching staff or leadership, because this is unacceptable if we're gonna challenge for first in the division like we should. Now, before I let you go, Gallagher smoked the boards in the third period, feet first. Hopefully that doesn't lead to some sort of nagging injury for him or significant injury for him, but he smoked the boards feet first. Kind of knees bent awkward there. Haven't heard any reports. Maybe it's nothing, and he did finish the game. And then also Romanov slammed into the boards to end that game. The Habs trying to push it physically there towards the end, and the Leafs kind of not letting it happen by quick transitions up the ice, kind of playing how the Habs wanted to play. So, yeah, very frustrating game to watch, and very frustrating loss for the Montreal Canadiens. Let me know what you guys thought about this game down in the comments. And yeah, if you like these videos, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, @ScotianCanadien. And of course, hit that subscribe button and the bell for notifications. I do these consistently. So if you're a Habs fan or a rival fan checking this out, I try to be objective as I can. As frustrated as I am, the Leafs played a good game tonight. The Habs did not quite do the same, and the better team won. Hopefully that's not the end result here coming up on the weekend. See you after the next one. Go Habs, go.